Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, we're going to be checking out Realme's brand new C series smartphone, the realme C30. Now just to give you a bit of a refresher on what the C series lineup is all about, for Realme, they're always pushing the C series to be a very affordable price range kind of devices. So just think along the lines of like super budget smartphones here, and that's what we have with the C30. Now, Realme always says that for the C series, they have always been focusing on giving like good design or good features and all that. And we have been seeing the C35, a slightly higher range C35 that I did a couple of months back. It did came with a very nice design that actually felt much more premium than its price point. So today the C30 is here to actually replicate that. Again, Realme is saying that they are like one of the fastest growing smartphone brands in the world. Apart from that, Realme said that they sold a lot of C series devices in the first half of 2022 here in Malaysia. So let's check out what the C30 here is all about. Now before I begin, I want to slightly touch on the price point for the Realme C30. Here in Malaysia, the price has not exactly been confirmed yet, but what I know is that it will start from under 450 ringgit, guys. So that is super budget kind of segment there. If you are looking for like a spare phone, you want to buy your kid or someone like their first smartphone and all that, the C30 here is probably for someone like that. Alright, so having said that, let's take a quick look at what actually came in the box. Now, as soon as I unbox this C30, obviously you do get that, slight cardboard at the front that says, "Welcome to Realme family." In this particular cardboard, you do see that we have a couple of manuals in here. Because this is a budget phone, so you do not actually have a casing inside. That's actually quite surprising, but no casing here. Move down and right away you are able to see that we have the smartphone itself in this plastic wrapper and all that. So yes, there is two colors here. There is one black and also a blue. We'll talk more about that later. Moving down, we see that we have two more items here, and the first thing is a charger, and the next thing is actually a micro USB cable. So the micro USB cable makes a comeback on the C30. Alright, so now done with the packaging, let's talk a little bit about those devices themselves. I want to focus mainly about the design because like I said, Realme is really pushing the design for those budget smartphones. They don't want you to just buy an affordable smartphone but have like some lousy kind of design. So take a look at these designs, guys. In fact, we actually have two different designs for these colors here. Unique to the blue version is this vertical stripes that goes all the way down. It sort of reminds me of a luggage bag, whereas for the black version here, we have this very minimal kind of texture at the back that again, it does look very unique here. For the price of under 450 ringgit, like I mentioned earlier on, this design here definitely makes it look more expensive than it actually is. So very cool stuff there. Apart from that, if you just take a look at these frames on the sides, it actually comes with flat sides all around, making it look a bit more modern. Camera sensors wise, we only have one. In fact, take a look at this guy here. It looks like the eye of a minion, but that's what we have here. Again, a lot of manufacturers out there are wasting their resources by putting a 2 megapixel macro lens, but Realme is having none of that. It only has one main sensor. Now if you move down to the bottom here, you see that we still have our headphone jack. We have the micro USB port, which I did hope came in like Type-C or something like that, but that's fine. Apart from that, you have your single firing speaker at the bottom. On the left hand side, you notice that we do have your SIM card tray, and on the right you have your lock button together with your volume rocker. So again, just in terms of design, I definitely am liking these designs here very much. In fact, I prefer the blue one because it has these very cool vertical stripes. Again, it does look like a luggage bag, but it's very cool looking here, guys. Alright, so now that we've done with the design, let's talk a little bit more about a couple of key features for the Realme C30. So the first thing here that Realme wants to talk about actually is in terms of the battery capacity. So you do have a 5000 mAh battery in here, and bear in mind that the device itself is actually quite slim. It's 8.5 millimeters, but it still packs that 5000 mAh battery, so good stuff there if you are looking for a spare phone. Apart from that, if you just take a look at the camera sensor, like I mentioned earlier on, it's a single camera unit. We have an 8 megapixel main sensor here with some AI going on, so it should take some very basic kind of photos. If you just spot something on the ground, you just want to take a quick shot, you can take it with the 8 megapixel sensor here. It's not meant for some fancy photography and all that, but that's that here in terms of the camera sensor. Apart from that, if you flip the device to the front, this is where we are greeted with a 6.5 inch LCD display. Now this is only a 720p display. It doesn't have any kind of fancy refresh rate, but the good news here is that again, if this is going to be like a spare phone or like a first smartphone and all that, it's actually quite decent for the asking price. You can't really complain too much about that. What I can feedback here is that it's relatively responsive, it's quite clear, it's quite bright as well. Definitely not the brightest out there, but at this price point, I would say it's quite sufficient. Now moving on, you guys might be wondering like what's powering the realme C30, and for this we do get a Unisoc T612 processor. Realme is saying that at this price range, under 450 ringgit, this processor is equivalent to like the Helio G88, sort of equivalent, not as strong as that, but in terms of performance you should expect some basic performance here. If you're playing light games like Subway Surfers, you can still do that. If you're browsing the internet, it's fairly quick. Again, this is a very basic kind of smartphone here, and that's what you can expect with the Unisoc T612, but in this price segment it should be one of the better performance ones coming in with that processor. Alright guys, that's pretty much what we have here with the realme C30. Again, this is a very basic budget smartphone that again comes with awesome looking design, very unique design. For a price of just under 450 ringgit, we are definitely seeing some creativity and thought put into these designs on these devices. Alright guys, let me know what you think about the realme C30. If you want to purchase this device, there are links down below for you to check them out. If you have any further questions, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below as well. Again, thank you for staying all the way to the end, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.